Good evening, I'm Gigi Grande. Turkey says nearly 3,000 members of the military have now been detained in connection with a bloody coup attempt. Turkey's president declared the coup over after hundreds heeded his call to take to the streets of Istanbul to defend democracy.
In Turkey, armed forces are not governing the state, are not leading the state, and they cannot. This should be known by all. This nation brought a certain government using their own will by election. The government is in control.
The death toll in the failed coup now stands at 161, with more than 1,400 others wounded. Turkey says it will deal with the coup plotters in the same way it deals with terrorists.
These parallel gang members are now in the hands of the esteemed Turkish justice, and they will be punished in every way they deserve.
The Philippine Embassy in Turkey continues to monitor the situation there, and so far there have been no reports of Filipino casualties in the bloody coup attempt. Most of the 3,500 Filipinos in Istanbul and Ankara are employed as household workers. Earlier, our correspondent Weng Timoteo reported that during the coup, Facebook was their only means of communication as government blocked sites like YouTube, which only became accessible a few hours ago. Timoteo also urged Filipinos to postpone their plans of going to Turkey. And we now have on the line Philippine Ambassador to Turkey, Maria Rowena Sanchez. Ambassador Sanchez, good evening and thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Ambassador, ANC last spoke to you about 12 noon Manila time. Apart from the declaration that the coup was a failure, what else has changed in the last 9 hours?
Well, as far as we know, there are mopping up operations ongoing. There are many arrests being made now amongst the soldiers. The last count is they have over 2,000 soldiers already arrested, and then about 10 generals and about almost over 20 colonels. Right now, the ambassadors have been called to a meeting at the Parliament. So that's where I am now. I'm on my way now to Parliament because we will be given a briefing about the situation from there.
Okay. Now, would you say that it's now safe for ordinary people to go out in the streets at this hour? I understand it's about 3 o'clock in Turkey right now. Is it safe for people to just get on with their day?
Yes, well, actually, as I said, I'm in the car now. I'm on the move. I see people going around. I see them in the cars are moving. You know, I saw someone on a motorcycle. I haven't seen if there are stores open yet. Maybe because I'm still indoors. I'm indoors. I'm still in our district. You know, near where the embassy is. Mm-hmm. But I have not been to a commercial center, so I don't know if all the stores are closed. But I believe that the smaller stores, like fruit stores and convenience stores, are already open.
Would you advise Filipinos there to carry on with their day from here on? Is it safe for them to go about doing their errands or to go to any appointments that they might have made tonight or tomorrow?
Well, as I advised earlier, it is better to wait till tomorrow because by tomorrow the conditions will be much better. There will be more information about the status here in Ankara. However, in Istanbul, we have been told that the airport is open, the flights are moving, so it's almost normal in Istanbul. It's only here in Turkey where, there have been some damage to the presidential palace as well as to the parliament. So that is of concern, and that is what they are addressing now.
Would you say the situation is still volatile at this stage?
I wouldn't say volatile, because I believe that the government has pretty much has things under control. But because of it hasn't happened in the last time there was a coup attempt was the year 2000. So this is pretty new for everybody.
All right. Have you had a chance to brief President Duterte at all throughout the day about what's going on there?
Not me personally, but all the reports go to the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Also, I believe the Secretary of National Defense is also given updates on the situation on the reports that we submit to the DFA.
And have they communicated any instructions back to you, any instructions from President Duterte?
No, we are always guided by, especially what the President said, that we should always watch out for overseas Filipinos, and we have been doing exactly that since I got here, but certainly with the new specific instructions of our President, then we must be more vigilant over their welfare.
Now, if violence erupts again, and we hope it doesn't, but if it does, and if it gets to a point where perhaps Filipinos there need to be evacuated, what resources would be available to Filipinos?
Well, as always, the resources of the government, we do have procedures in place already for similar situations. We just need to contact the Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Affairs to initiate that action. There is a multi-agency team ready to assist us if necessary.
Do resources include a plane, perhaps, that would be able to take Filipinos back if it becomes necessary?
Yes, that has been done in the past. As we also have a very close working relationship with the International Office for Migration, and they have always been our partners when we have to evacuate our babayans. But as it is now, the airport in Istanbul is open, so commercial flights are coming in and out of Istanbul, actually as early as this morning, a few hours when the government got control. A few hours after that, the airport was open and the flights were coming in.
Travel operators and even the Tourism Department of Turkey, as well as the airlines, they've been quite aggressive in the last few months about promoting travel to Turkey. What sort of advice, or what advice would you give to Filipinos who might already have plans to travel to Turkey in the next few weeks or in the next few months?
Well, from my experience, because I've been traveling around Turkey, because we've had numerous meetings outside Ankara and outside Istanbul, and my impression has always been that Turkey takes special care of its tourist destinations, because essentially they are UNESCO heritage sites, so they're very well protected. Not only by the police authorities, but also by the citizens themselves, because they value these heritage sites.
Well, Ambassador, I know that you are on your way to briefing us, as you were telling us earlier. We hope to be able to catch up with you again in the next few hours, but for now, thank you very much for joining us, ma'am. President Duterte